Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Q&A show. I'm Bob Theriot, and I am honored to be your host tonight. I've got a really cool, dynamic, and exciting guest that I can't wait to introduce you to. But before I get started, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping here. If you guys are watching this show and you happen to stumble upon the show, do me a favor and hashtag live. That tells Facebook that we're on. It also gives other people notification that we're on, and we want to get as many people on here to watch us. We think we deliver a lot of value to the audience. So if you're watching this, hashtag live. And if you happen to catch the show later on down the road, maybe you're watching and you see me talking or you see my next guest talking, hashtag replay. That also tells us that you were watching the show, and it helps us with our numbers, and it helps people. It helps us reach more people. So, and also we love interaction. So my guest loves questions. I love questions. So if there's something that you want to know, something that you're curious about, please put it in the comments. We'll see it. We'll bring it up on the screen. We'll be happy to answer those questions for you. So I just wanted to do that. Also, hit your like button. Hit your like button. Smash that heart button, right? Comment, share, like. You know how it works in the social media world. So tell everybody that you're watching the show. We would really appreciate if you did that for us. And thank you for joining us here tonight. Let me go ahead and just give you before I bring my guest on, I just want to talk about our sponsor. Our sponsor tonight is brought to you by Innovair Air Conditioning. And these guys, if you guys are looking on converting your refrigerator, your existing swamp cooler, or you just need a new air conditioner, these guys are the best in the city. I personally have used them, so I highly recommend them. Give Justin a call over there, but all of his staff is helpful and they're very professional. Innovair Air Conditioning, you can contact them at 915-352-3916. Also, you can go to their website at keepcool915.com. And if you go to that website, I know they have a very special coupon worth $250 you can download. So that's keepcool915.com. So without further delay, let me bring on my next guest. I'm just going to give you a little bit about her, and then I'm going to let her go because she's like ready to talk to my audience. So she's a certified image consultant and an international confidence mentor. And let me tell you, this is just the tip of the iceberg. So I'm proud to introduce you to my friend, Michele Charles Gustafson. Did I get that right, Michele?
You got it perfect. Good job, Bob.
Thank you for being on. We really appreciate it. Thanks for sharing and coming on. And I met you in California, and when I met you, we instantly hit it off. You're super dynamic. You're a world-class expert as far as I'm concerned. Tell everybody a little bit about what you do. They kind of heard during the promos, you're an image consultant, but I know it goes a lot deeper than that.
Yeah, and thank you so much for having me on, Bob. I am excited to be here. I know we had so much to talk about in California, and you're like, the world needs to know what you have to say. And so I want to say hello to everyone who is joining us here live and also on the replay. I am an image consultant. That's the easy title. And I always say to people, like, people give the easy title, the one that they can grab onto, and it makes them leap to a bunch of conclusions about what they think I do. But really, you know what? Probably the easiest way to sum it up is people would call me the confidence stylist. And this is why. Because as an image consultant, it's my job to help primarily women to come into a new season of confidence with their image. And when I say image, I don't mean fashion style. And we'll get into that, I'm sure. Right. But what I mean by image is the total picture of who you are, from who you are on the inside and then portraying it on the outside. Understanding that you have gifts and talents inside you that you can actually portray with your clothing, with your behavior style, and with your communication styles. And so it's my job to help people bring that together so that they are seen, heard, memorable, and they are chosen for new opportunities. And that's exactly what happens to my people when they get their hue and style together, let me tell you.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, right? Because you hear image consultant, or I think people might confuse you with a stylist. Do you get that a lot?
I do. Immediately when people say, "Oh, Michele, you're an image consultant." Oh, great! You're just going to tell me what to wear. That's what I get the most. Tell me what to, or you're the fashion lady. And it's interesting because while I work with fashion, and it's one of the most important distinctions between fashion styling and image, while I work with fashion, and I like people to know that fashion are the pieces, right? This earring is fashion, your jacket is fashion, your shirt is
Hmm.
fashion, this necklace is fashion. Fashion is a tool. It is a
Right.
tool that is used to create your image, the appearance part of your image, because people also kind of forget that image is more than just what you look like. It has a lot to do with other things that are happening in how you're communicating yourself. And it's my job to help people understand that you have to get that full picture right so that people can know, like, and trust you almost instantly, which is really what we're down to these days.
Right. So how did you get into this, Michelle? I know that you have a background in marketing, right? Because we've already spoken before, but
Yeah.
you have a background in marketing, and I think it's real interesting how you melded the combination of your skill sets.
Yeah, Bob, I think for any person, entrepreneur, who really finds their sweet spot, right? The thing, and I think a sweet spot is like where you are helping people, you are fulfilled, you are satisfied, your people are getting results. So when an entrepreneur finds their sweet spot, it's because they've married two things. They've married the head and they've married the heart. And
Hmm.
so my background is really my marrying of head and heart. I do have a nuts and bolts packaged goods marketing strategist background. That's what I went to school for. I have a Bachelor of Commerce degree. I worked in packaged goods, but I also worked in direct sales marketing. So um, being able to do sales, recruiting, working with people to build teams. And so all of those backgrounds are like the nuts and bolts of what I do. Because in those businesses, in those where you're personally selling yourself, you're selling your reputation, you're selling your own image in order to sell a product, that marketing background, I basically took it and said, okay, listen, if I can market a product, there's no reason why a person isn't a product. And there's no reason why I can't take the process that you take to build a brand around a product and use it to build a brand around a person. So that's
Right.
what I did. I took that marketing background and made a process that allows me to use techniques that top brands use to market their products, to
Hmm.
market people. And one of the tools that I use is color, and then personal style, and then communication styles. And then I married the heart part. And we all have an origin story where, something was broken within us and we
Hmm.
used our tools, but also our gumption, our deeper why to move forward. And for me, it was about with depression. It was after I had my daughter. It was a sense of where you've lost yourself, and I know that happens to a lot of women as they make transitions in their lives, whether it's to mother, to different jobs, to through careers. You lose who you are in what you're doing. And so when you look at yourself through the mirror, you don't recognize who that is. And then behaviors show up like destructive behaviors, depression, eating disorders, all of those things. And I had my own bout with some of those demons. And the
Hmm.
way out was I found a way to see myself differently through the mirror. And I started with that artist that was always inside me. I started with color. And that's how I evolved human style to
Starting with color, starting with color.
starting with color.
And when
Starting.
push comes to shove, and you're talking about marketing and branding and melding those, basically everyone is selling themselves first before they
Yeah.
can sell anything else.
Yes.
When you agree,
Yes.
whether it's a product, whatever, you have to sell yourself first, right? And people are making judgment on you within, I used to say a minute, but it's probably more like 10 seconds now, right? 3 seconds.
3 seconds, folks. So all the folks watching right now, I know what just happened. You came along to this broadcast. Bob said, welcome, Michelle. This is who she is. And in 3, 2, 1, you figured out if you were staying on this broadcast, if you thought I had something interesting to say, if I seemed legit as what I say that I think I should do and what Bob told you I did, and if I should be here and listen to you. Every single person makes that judgment about the person they're looking at. It's not fair, but it's how it is. People's brains are lazy. That's what I tell my clients. People's brains are lazy. They're lazy, including your.
That's
So
a good way of putting it, right?
they are. They love to jump to conclusions. It saves you time, right? It's like
Right.
if I can see something and look at it and jump to a conclusion and it saves me nanoseconds, the brain is going to do that. And so the thing that entrepreneurs, professionals, influencers have to understand is that your appearance part of your image is the thing that is defining those 3 seconds. It's defining whether someone starts to make, guess what, guys, 11 judgments in those
11 judgments. Can you go
11.
through some of those?
Yeah, 11 judgments in those 3 seconds. I like to hit the highlights of the 11.
Okay.
Credibility,
Okay.
knowledge, education level, level of success, level of sophistication, whether you whether trustworthiness, whether you can help them or not.
Mm-hmm.
That all happens starting inside 3 seconds. And what people don't realize is that the appearance part of your image, because it's the thing they see first, they haven't even seen you speak yet, and they're deciding.
That was going to be my next question. This is without a word coming out of your mouth.
This is appearance. Appearance. 93% of your first impression is your appearance. They saw you. They don't know your education level. They haven't heard your voice. They don't care what you said. They saw you. So that's why when I talk about image, that, image is made up of 3 pieces, guys. It's made up of appearance, behavior, and communication. But appearance holds the weightiest measure because of that 93% and because of those 3 seconds. If you get that part wrong, you never got to behavior and communication. They didn't let you. You didn't have the opportunity. So that's why it has to get tight and right very quickly when people see you.
So what can someone do, Michele? I mean, we're going to go a little deeper on this, but so you've talked about these things. What is something very simple that a woman, I know you deal with a lot of women, but there's men here that are watching too. So take both. What's something simple that they can do to change that?
Yeah, it's really important. Well, there's a couple of things I can do. The first thing is I want you to realize one of the biggest mistakes that people make is they think that it's not important. Okay, so they think image is not important. Like, oh, it's good enough or what have you. You have to realize mindset wise, you have to change your mindset. It is that important, especially if you're looking to impact others. One thing that you can do is pay attention to grooming. Okay. Grooming, it doesn't require a full image consultant. It doesn't require a full overhaul of life. Grooming, and I mean in the details, because people are looking, when they scan your appearance, I tell my clients that they're looking for balance in your appearance. And the balance and symmetry in your appearance gives them the sense that you are balanced and symmetrical, that you are stable, right? So things in grooming that create that sense of balance: no scuffs on the shoes, no stains.
I'm a big scuff shoe guy.
Get your polish out, sir. Get it out. Get it out. Okay. No scuffs, no stains, no offensive smells, no wrinkles. Those are some, I know it's basic, but people don't do it. The other thing is, for gentlemen, really important that you keep your collars starched, right?
Hold on.
Wait,
hold on.
I'm looking. You're good. Especially if you're moving, into an environment of formality. And this is the other piece that I notice right away when someone's image is off. It has to do with matching formality. Okay, formality is that sense of decorum for whatever situation you are going into. So for example, Bob, we went to the conference, right? And at the conference, you saw all levels of, participants there. It's a business conference. So generally there's an understanding about a certain level of decorum. That formality tells people that you match the situation. That matching is important. Okay, because it tells people that you understand the social nuance, right? So if you're a professional and you go to a conference that is of professionals and you dress professionally, you fit the situation. If you're at the professional conference and you show up in your home clothes, as I call them, it doesn't seem to fit. So therefore, it's hard for me to make the leap that you are entrepreneur of the year when it doesn't fit. Because remember, the brain is lazy. It seems to think what it should look like for a professional. And
Well,
while
but you made an observation there, and I don't know if you remember what you told me, but you actually made the observation that there was a lot of people on stage that were these world-class speakers that wore black. Do you remember you telling me that?
I do.
And I also did see that there was a lot of informality where people were very casual, and I don't know if you noticed that, very, very, very casual.
Yes.
And I think that's the new entrepreneur look. You know, it's like t-shirts and tennis shoes. You see that. I see that a lot in marketing. I do, especially with the gurus. I don't know if in your industry is different, but with marketing for sure.
No, it is. And you know what? Listen, personal style stories, as I call them, are a communication of your personal values when you know what to communicate. So some of the gurus dress very casually. It actually is a communication of their values. Okay. But when you're not a guru, okay, and there's a lot of people not on stage, right? And
Right.
people who want to build businesses, maybe make connections with others, create presence for themselves, that doesn't translate to the peer group, right? And that's what I mean about fit. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that you fit in, because that's not what I mean. I mean that you're standing out in the sea of people that you could be fitting in with. But when you stand out in your own way because you've crafted it as an image strategically, you will stand up. People will notice you. They will want to know, who is that lady in that blue over there, right?
Right.
They will seek you out when it is done from strategy and not from, well, I'm just, they're not, let them judge me. Like, I've heard people go, just let them judge me. They don't know me. No, they don't. But that's
Right.
the point, right?
Right.
That's the point. It's what you want to communicate.
Are you approachable?
That's right. Absolutely. And when we look at the building connections between people, and that's when I work with my clients, it's really about people who want to make an impact on others, right? People who just want to like dress for fashion style, it's like, okay, I'm probably not your girl. The people that I work with are looking to say, I change others in a certain way and I want to make an impact, which means ultimately you have to be approachable and relatable. Those are two qualities that are built from image that is strategy, not just putting on a good shirt. Making someone feel that you have a welcoming presence is very important if you want to draw them in, that you have a magnetic piece about you that makes them want to know more about you. Approachability and relatability.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You are, and so let's get back to the color thing, because that really interests me. You had said some stuff about colors, and you were saying that and don't hold this against me, it's been a few weeks, but didn't you say there's 36 colors that color drape someone? Am I correct on that number?
Yes.
Can you expand on that a little bit and what you were telling me?
Part of my process is teaching my clients how to use image strategy. Okay, that's what I call it. Image strategy is a mix of three pieces. It's a mix of using color strategically, personal style to communicate your values and to influence others, and using message, so behavior and communication styles. And when all three of those are aligned, your entire image, your personal brand looks congruent. When congruency happens, know, like, trust happens at lightning speed. Okay, so color is a piece of my image strategy, and while people understand that color is neat, right? Some might think it's important. You're right. They might have heard, some of those color things where it's like, well, wear red for power or wear orange for something. What most people don't realize is that color is deeply psychological, and that when you wear it personally, it offers you a mindset shift if you know which colors to choose. It can communicate your values and your influence. Okay, so it can actually work to influence others. And so what I teach my clients is that From all the colors that you think you see, there are infinite iterations of them. Now, which ones do you wear? Well, because we are all infinite in our different characteristics, we actually have 36 colors that make us look vibrant, that make us look, uh, all I can think of is magnetic, that makes our complexion shine, and that works all together. So part of what I do with my clients is color drape them, which means professionally analyze them in terms of their features. And then I give them their hue and style palette. And their hue and style palette has 36 coordinating colors that work with their personal coloring that they can use for influence. And I teach them how to do it. And it is a superpower when you know how
And
to
those
do it.
are their colors.
Their colors. It's custom because, and see, the thing is in the old days, Bob, which you might not know, but the girls out there who are watching, they'll remember. In the 1980s, we had something called Color Me Beautiful, and it was like the 4 seasons. Girls, you remember? I know you remember, and if you remember, put it down in the chat. If you were
Yeah.
ever
Comments. Question.
if you were ever color draped in the olden days, put what season you were, because they're going to tell you. It's like, I was a spring, I was a summer, I was a winter. Here's what's wrong with that old system. The old system did not take into account all of the characteristics that color has. It only took into account 2 of them. And there's a third one that I take into account that allows me to make sure that you have the exact right color for your own personal characteristics. And so when you do that, you get a whole range of seasons. So I actually color drape on 12 different seasons, not 4, 12.
And you also said something to me that black wasn't a color, correct?
Yes. Black is a value, people. Black is a value. It is the deepest value. White is a value. It is the lightest value. Gray is a value. It's somewhere in the middle. It is not a hue. And what people have to understand, hues are colors. They are from the Roy G. Biv. Remember Roy G. Biv from grade 5? The rainbow, remember? Roy G. Biv. Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow. Those are colors. And then there are infinite iterations of those colors in different characteristics that can be placed on your body for influence and for mindset shifting. It's amazing. Like,
So
this is not by accident.
So why do you think so many people default back to black? Because
that's a very good question, Bob.
I do it. I mean, I'm not wearing black today. I'm wearing navy blue. I was conscientious of who my guest was tonight with my baby blue, my navy blue, but I wear a lot of black. I mean, I like it. I think it's cool, but what is it? What's the psychology to people that's what they automatically reach for?
Okay, it's twofold why black is so prevalent. The first is it's cheapest to make. It's cheapest to make. The manufacturers make it and they know you'll buy it. And
so there's more of it on the market, you're saying?
Yes. And they know you'll buy it, which is why they continue to make it. And why they know you'll buy it is because of reason 2. Black is a great place for self-doubt. Black is the place of self-doubt. So when you don't know what to wear, I'll just throw on the little black dress. Or I don't know who I need to be in that situation. Let me put on black. It's a phenomenon amongst my female clients for sure, that when they're in a place of wearing all black chronically, they are either hiding from something, afraid to go to move to a next step, they feel insecure in some way in a situation, or they are feeling a serious level of self-doubt. And that is the mindset piece of image, because what folks need to understand is that it's not just about what clothes you're putting on, it's how you see yourself in the mirror. And when you learn to create a strategic image which is centered around everything about yourself, which means there is a piece of self-discovery in what I do. So you're discovering about yourself, which means you're owning who you are. And then you place clothing on the person you are becoming. That is the thing that transforms confidence. That's what creates the confidence. And so when I see people who are using dressing behaviors that are crippling, it's because they are traveling in some level of self-doubt, aimlessness, anxiety, self-doubt, confusion, frustration, and it might be for a variety of different reasons. Could be just body image issues. It could be the space they are in life. They don't know which career to choose. Your dressing behavior follows your mindset, folks.
That's deep.
It is deep. And
So how does that work? I mean, this is a really deep topic, but so you have to get to someone's mindset and find out where they are before you can even take them to the
yes,
next level,
it's
correct?
what I do. That's what I do. And I'm hue and style, and I'm an image, and that's why I'm an image consultant. But really, that's where the confidence mentor comes in, because when my clients understand the mindset roadblock that is happening, what happens is they see the dressing behaviors that have crippled them. And part of my process, which is not just about picking a clothes or picking a good blouse and tell me what to wear, Michelle, it is what is the mindset we are transforming at the same time we are transforming your image. And what happens when you do that is you get
Okay, it looks like we
ridiculous.
lost Michelle there.
Oh,
We'll see if her Wi-Fi catches. So far, you guys, welcome into the Q&A show. I've got Michele Charles Gustafson on. It looks like I've lost her feed, but I'll go over a little bit what she does. She's a certified image consultant, and she teaches women how to get to the bottom of their mindset and then color drapes them so that they can get confidence to go out and do different things. There's a whole topic about this. Hopefully we'll be able to connect with her. I do see that there's a lot of people on here. Dawn, thank you for being on here. Express Kendra, thank you. Carla, thank you for being on here. There's a lot of people on here, and I'm hoping that she connects shortly. But you guys engage with us, ask her questions. I'm sure we're going to be able to get her on here shortly. Something may have happened with her Wi-Fi connection. This gives me a little bit of opportunity to go ahead and mention the sponsor for tonight's show, which is Innovair Air Conditioning. They have been our sponsor. They're our main sponsor. So if you guys, especially if you live in the Southwest, El Paso, New Mexico, anywhere in West Texas where we're at, it gets really hot here. The average is probably, we have something like 25, 100 degree, over 100 degree days just in the month of June alone. And it's already starting to get warm. It was in the low 90s today. So if you're considering converting to refrigerated air, give them a call. Give them a call at 915-352-3916. That's Innovair Air Conditioning. And I did want to bring that up. Right now, I am going to see if we can get Michelle back on. So if you guys could just bear with me 1 second. Let's see if we can get her back on.
are we back?
Michelle, you're back, and there you go. You're tilting. All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for everybody bearing with us. Did you have a Wi-Fi connection
I
issue?
have no idea. I was talking.
Well, don't worry. I failed. I covered some important things.
But I was talking, and then I heard you say we've lost Michelle, and I'm like, what do you mean? Because I'm right here.
Well, we've got a lot of people on here. People are saying hello.
Hi,
I don't know if you can see your screen on here, but people love it. They're
hi
saying
guys.
hello.
Hi Dawn. Good to
Hello.
see you.
They're all on here. Everybody's here. So if anybody has any questions for Michelle from what she's covered so far, don't be shy, and don't be shy to hit that like button and hit that share button, because it looks like there's a lot of people on here. We just need some questions for Michelle.
Sure.
But Michelle, where did you leave off? Do you remember?
I had left off at, I need people to understand that your image, that your behavior is reflecting your current mindset, and that your dressing behavior is reflecting your confidence level today. So when people say, you know what, I need to get a style, or geez, I probably should get my image together, it means that you feel ill prepared for something, which means that there is some level of self-doubt, and that needs to get fixed at the same time the image does. I was just on the call with my clients today, and one of them said, she goes, Michelle, you do it in such a different way. She goes, you fix the confidence part first, and then you fix the image. And then by the time we're finished, we have both. And that's what the rest of the world is not doing. The rest of the world is telling you to go buy a shirt, just buy a shirt, Bob, you'll feel
Mm-hmm.
better. Or retail therapy. I don't
Right.
believe in retail therapy. A thing can never make you feel good. It's just not possible. The shirt won't fix everything,
Mm-hmm.
right? It is the mindset behind the shirt, the person behind the shirt that really has to get fixed. And so when you do that, all the possibilities open up when you've got that confidence.
So how do you start? Where do you start with someone? Someone stumbles upon you. What's the first step?
You know what? I do my mentorship program. Every single person starts by learning from me. That's the first step. So whether they are learning here at this interview, they go to huandstyle.com and they learn from one of my free workshops. They'll learn at a masterclass. Some gals, and I saw them, some gals are in my private group. Some folks join one of my workshops. This one, Image Work Series, is one of my workshops.
And I've got it up there on the screen right now so they can catch that website for you.
That one is great if you are an entrepreneur, a business person, an influencer, and you're like, oh, geez, you should probably, because I talk about first impression. I talk about why you need image for customer service, and also why increasing your image actually increases your paycheck, because that's lovely. Okay. So It's proven that you can increase your paycheck by 8 to 20% by improving your image. So how important is that to you? So in that series, I talk a little bit about it. So everyone begins by learning from me, because in the end, it's a matter of, does the philosophy make sense to you? Because if it makes sense that image and confidence are connected, then it's something that you explore. Every single one of the clients who are in my mentorship program have taken a free breakthrough session with me. My breakthrough sessions are there to help you understand how your image and your confidence is being compromised today. By what? That mindset tape. It's my job on that call to show you what your tape is and to show you what it's costing you. And once you know that, you get to decide if transforming it through transforming your image makes sense for you. Because in the end, if you don't know why you're taking an image confidence journey, you'll simply just be putting clothes on. And so my clients start always with that call so that they know exactly why they're creating an intentional and strategic image.
So do you think people use pricing or the expense of buying new clothes as an excuse for not creating an image?
Absolutely.
Do you hear that? Like,
yes.
It's too expensive. I'm just going to wear what I have, right?
Yeah. And it's what they say. It's wrong, but it's not your fault. Okay. It's wrong because it actually doesn't have to cost that much if you understand the strategy of image. For example, my clients learn to create a wardrobe of 42 outfits in under 10 items. Those 10 items under 10 items don't have to cost a lot, especially if they're right. The problem is that people don't know what they're shopping for. They have no skills. When you have no skills, or tools or process, you just guess. And then when you guess, it's wrong, and then it's expensive. So the whole, I can't do it because it's expensive is only because you don't know enough.
So let me just ask you, let me clarify that. So you said that you can get a woman to have 42 different outfits with 10 items?
No, under 10 items. I won't tell you how many because that's my secret sauce, but
under 10 items, they can have 42 different looks.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about a man? Let's talk about men, because there's a lot of men that watch the show, right?
Men. Hey, so my men, I actually have a men's cluster that in under 12 items, you have 52 outfits. You guys have a little bit of different somethings going on. But same thing. The thing about strategic image is color, personal style, messaging, and then narrowing the wardrobe. People think that to create an image, you have to expand the wardrobe. That's not true. It is about narrowing the wardrobe. And so you actually shop less, spend less money over time, and have way more options. It's just the way it goes.
Wow. So I'm going to put myself out there, okay? Authentic. Go ahead, judge me. What is my image? Real quick. Here we go.
Bob, you're fine. Listen, what I love about what you got going on is, number one, you chose Navy. And I love how you see, people will automatically associate Michele don't wear black, which is fine. And I will tell you though, It's not that black is evil. It's just that you have to be intentional about it. And
Mhm.
that's the thing that people aren't doing. So first of all, I love that you chose navy. Navy is a lovely staple as to communicate formality.
Okay.
It works like black, but it's less harsh. So that's great.
Mhm.
I love navy. I love the unbutton of the collar. It's saying, hey, listen, we're business. We're having a serious conversation, but it's not that serious. It's not that serious. We're all friends here. We're all friends here, but I'm still the authority on this interview.
Mhm.
You see. And the fact that you chose to wear a jacket on the interview says I'm the authority on this interview. I'm the guest. You're the host. Done deal. Lovely grooming with the hair. Nicely done. You're all good, Bob.
Thank you, Michele. Thank you. I got that from a world-class image consultant, so I feel better about myself.
I also love your subtle pattern on the shirt, so that's awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So let's give a little bit of tips here. You've talked a lot. You've given. So let's talk about practicality for a little while. I know you've done a few things. Is there any takeaways? Something that someone can do tomorrow? The women, men. I know you already talked about grooming. Can we get a little bit into what they can do to, like, you were talking about raising your income the way you dress, right? You're going to spend a little bit of money, but it's been proven that you can make more money the way you look, right?
Yeah, you know.
So what can they go buy tomorrow that's going to help them?
Listen, I'm going to tell you something about me right away. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I only believe in permanent results. So what you'll notice from me, folks, is that I will never give you a temporary solution that lets you believe you have it all together. That's against my philosophy and against my integrity, because I want you to understand that the solution is more than one thing. That being said, tomorrow, when you're in your closet, when you're in your mirror, I want you to look at yourself in the eyes and say to yourself, choose something that makes me feel important.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone can do that.
Yes.
You have things in your closet that make you feel important, and you have things in your closet that make you feel like you want to hide. The one thing I can tell you to do is choose an item, an accessory, a garment, a tie, something that makes you feel important, because when it starts up here and you know that you're choosing it for that intention, you will wear it differently, you will walk differently, and people will see you differently.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. The second thing I want you to do is pay attention to your gestures. Okay? Because remember, I said that image is about appearance, behavior, and communication style. Okay.
Now, real quick, we just got a question, because you just said that, and Cindy is asking, or do you think behavior has a lot to do with image?
Yes, right now. Here we go. Right now. So we've talked a lot about appearance. Image is ABC. Okay, appearance, behavior, communication. Those three have to come together to create a strategic image. They must be congruent with you and your values so that people will know, like, and trust you faster. That's what a strategic image does, that congruency. We've talked a lot about appearance today. What colors, grooming, that's all appearance. But behavior and communication are the pieces of the pie that most people miss. Your behavior is what you do. That includes your gestures, which is tip number 2. Mm-hmm. I want you to pay attention to your gestures tomorrow. Your gestures, the things that people see first, are your face.
Eye rolling.
This is what I'm saying. They pay attention to your face first, you guys. So when I said appearance and you haven't said anything yet, do you know what the first thing they see? The face and the fit of your clothes. So the face better be on. And the face is all gestures. What are you doing with your face? Is it frowning? Is it eye rolling? Is it just, okay, remember resting bitch face? That came out for a while and it was like a thing. The stars were doing it. It was okay. It's not okay. Mm-hmm. It's not okay. You can train the muscles of your face to have a pleasing resting place. Mm-hmm. You will either draw people in or push people away with your nonverbal behavior, and communication. Remember that. So choose something that makes you feel important, whatever role that is that you're playing. Pay attention to your gestures, especially the face.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I see it every day. I walk into offices and
OMG.
people look miserable. I mean,
Miserable.
like they're on a work release program and they just can't wait to get out of jail so they can go home. And you're like,
That's the best
what?
way to put it. I might use that, Bob.
Yeah, what office am I in? Are they chained to the desk or what's going on?
And I want to make a point right here. Because I've been an entrepreneur for more than 20 years successfully. I've had teams hired and fired, staff, everything. And what I need my business owners to understand is that the image of your people is the image of your business. And if you, as the business owner, do not have a defined image strategy, your people are also scattered, which means that your perception to your customers is scattered, and that influences your customer service level.
Well, it rolls downhill.
Rolls downhill.
So if they're not concerned with their image or how they're coming across or their facial expressions and they're just not put together, everybody thinks they can do it.
Their presence. I had one client, she owns a physiotherapy clinic, and she came to me and she goes, nobody takes me seriously at my job. I own the clinic. They don't take me seriously. I have employees walking all over me. And we talked about her dressing behavior. She was dressing very casually as the owner of the company. No presence. She's been in my program for under 2 months. Well, 6 weeks to be exact. Complete change. Complete turnaround. The employees see her differently. Nobody's talking back. Everybody's on board with her mission, vision of her company, which I helped her define because that's part of the mindset issue, right? Is she now knows what she wants her clinic to be, how she wants it served, who she serves, and then dresses in the presence that draws that in. The employees fall in line. Everybody elevates when you elevate. And that's the power of image presence instead of just, I feel like getting dressed in style.
Right. So I know you do a lot of stuff online. I know the platform that you use, right? Because you're in Canada, correct?
Yes, I am. And I teach all over the world. I have gals from everywhere.
So how do you walk through someone through? I'm just curious. It just popped in my head, but you're dealing with a lot of women, and they're going to go out shopping. You've kind of told them what items to shop for. Do they like send you pictures? They do FaceTime Live? Do they ask your opinion? How does that work? I'm just curious.
I have a very particular process with my clients where they have access to me as their image consultant. Yes, I have places where they're able to ask me questions about, does this shirt work for me? But see, it's all based on their particular image strategy. So during my process, when I'm teaching them, when I'm mentoring them, they understand what their colors are, what their body shape is, how it's not just a geometric shape or a fruit. It's about their proportions. It's about the formality they need. And when I know that, then I'm able to coach them. I'm able to mentor them about where to go to find this, where to find that, use this, and make a personal tailored solution. Because that's the other problem that exists in the world, is that when it comes to style or image, not as I do it, but just general stuff, it's general advice. And we're not general. Every single person has a particular goal for their image, and then they have particular characteristics for who they are that need to be addressed to bring the whole thing together. If you cannot build an image off tips, it's not possible. It's just not possible. You have to build it off individual tailored strategy.
Yeah, and that goes for a lot of things, right?
Anything that you want.
You have to have a process in place.
Yes.
Whether that be what you do, what I do with marketing, there's got to be a goal, an end game, an outcome that you're looking for. And that's where you said earlier that you're not in it for the short-term solution. You're in it for the long-term solution.
Yes.
It's super interesting. I mean, I could sit here and talk to you all night, Michele, about this. Is there any projects or anything you're working on? I know that we had put a website up earlier. Do you want to walk someone through maybe what you can do and how they can get a hold of you?
Yeah, there's a few ways you can connect with me. You can take the free workshop. It's a 3-day video workshop, comes right to your email inbox. And I always have homework with my workshops because that's how I roll. So you will get some serious takeaways from that workshop. You can check that one out. You can also check out my podcast. My podcast is confidenceshiftpodcast.com. There is a space on huandstyle.com for it too. So if you're on my website, you can look up top and it's up there. It's on iTunes and Google and all the places that you need to find it. And on that podcast, if you're at the very beginning of exploring how personal growth is attached to your image, that's a very good place to start. That's what I do over there. So confidenceshiftpodcast.com. You can also find me on channels on Facebook, on Instagram. You just jump in my ecosystem and just start swirling around, and you'll figure out really fast if what I say resonates with you, or if you just want to go buy a shirt, because some people want to do that too, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. No judgment. Zero judgment.
Zero judgment zone.
Zero judgment. Everybody's like, everybody got to do you. And really, it is a matter of how important it is that you want to make an impact and what you see for your future and for your dreams. And what people want is they want fulfillment. They want to be able to make a difference to the people around them, whether that's to their clients, whether it's to their families, in whatever way feels right for them and joyful for them. And what you have to understand, guys, is that in order to do that, there is an amount of being able to stand out that you need to do in order to get that right. And nobody can stand out without a level of confidence that allows them to do it. And that any opportunity you want to serve that fulfillment needs to be matched to the level of confidence you own. You will never grab it. You will never be presented with an opportunity above your confidence level pay grade. That's what I say all the time. Right. Whatever level you're at, you're going to get opportunities to that, and that's all you're going to do. So if you want new ones, you got to raise the pay grade of your confidence. And that's the thing that, if you can see yourself as the woman or the man you're becoming, all sorts of opportunities open up. So
it starts with mindset, image, and then confidence comes with that, right?
Oh, Bob, it's like you got it. It's like you know me now. You're exactly right. Image, mindset, success. That's what I do. Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. Good stuff, Michele. Thank you for sharing with my audience. It's awesome. I'm going to go ahead. What's going to happen is we're probably going to have this. No, not probably. This is going to live on the Q&A website. So if anybody's curious, all of our replays of all of our shows live at www.TheQ&AShow.com. You can also catch my interview with Michele when we were in Orange County a couple of weeks ago. We did kind of an impromptu interview that came out really well. She goes a little bit deeper on some other stuff, but I just felt compelled to bring her back on because she's just has a lot of knowledge, and this is something different. I've never met a confidence and image consultant before, and I think it's a valuable asset that someone can obtain and utilize in their life and change their life. So thank you for that, because it's pretty cool stuff.
Awesome. Well, I'm so happy that you had me on. It was amazing to meet you in California. I got to meet you first and then online. Usually it's the other way around. So thank you so much for having me and letting me share my work and my passion for my work. And I was happy to be here.
Well, it was our pleasure. Thank you so much. I wish you well, and I know that we're going to talk again pretty soon.
Very, very soon, Bob. Sounds good.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye for now.
Bye-bye. Well, everybody, that was Michele Charles Gustafson. Okay, I've been working on that, and I really appreciate it coming on. I hope you guys found value in this, and if you did, please share this out. Like I said, #replay, #live if you're here. And I did want to give a shout out one more time to our main sponsor, Innovair Air Conditioning. If you need an air conditioner, if you need it fixed, you want to convert, give them a call at 915-352-3916. Tell them you saw them on the Q&A show. They'll really appreciate it. And if you go to their website, keepcool915.com, you can actually download a $250 coupon just by going to that website. My name is Bob Theriot. Until next time, thank you very much for joining me. And you guys, I bid you a good night. Bye-bye.